The world is changing. Inspiration is everywhere. It has never been so easy to connect, share, and bring people together. We're learning from others and finding the best in ourselves. Challenging our beliefs. Sharing our vulnerability. Overcoming our fears. Transforming ourselves so we can transform the world. How far can we go?
This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is... This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is René Stevens, recent graduate of our Broadcast Yourself course. Welcome to the studio.
Nice to be here, Brian.
Tell us about you. Where are you from and what do you do?
I'm from the Netherlands, and I have a company specialized in strategic consulting for real estate.
Okay. All right.
How can you apply real estate for the processes that are happening inside that building?
Okay.
And then more than just a roof above your head and enough space.
Okay. And what was going on with you, you know, in your business and also inside your head when you decided to join us on the Broadcast Yourself course? What was your motivation?
Actually, it was love on first sight, Brian. Because the message came at just the right moment. 2 years back, I developed a new approach of my company, and I was searching for a way to broadcast that. And your message came in, and I said, "This is it."
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And did you have to think about it or struggle to make the decision, or it was really
a little bit, because it came unexpected, and I had already booked my holiday, and the first 2 episodes were when I was on holiday. So I was not sure if the internet connection, I was in Morocco, would be good enough, but it turned out very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And why London Real?
Yeah, actually, when I embarked on the journey, it was just okay, feels good. When I look back now, I would say your approach is quite different, and especially the accountability program that helped me.
Okay. And had you been watching the show before that?
Yeah. I came on your path by an interview you gave with Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You a fan of Dr. Joe?
Yes, and one of his students for already several years.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, he's great.
He is. Yeah.
He is good.
Yeah.
All right, so you pull the trigger, you join the course, you're in Morocco, and the first 2 weeks, I'm asking you to do a lot of things. Record videos, and you meet a bunch of people from around the world who you're also on this course with. A lot of things you have to upload, the accountability doc. What's that first 2 weeks like, René?
Yeah, again, looking back, I think it was a blessing in disguise that I was on holiday, because a lot of free time. Of course, you have to share it also with the people you are there. But it went very well. And maybe because to be in a different atmosphere, different environment, just makes you, okay, let's go.
Okay.
Do it.
And what was the most difficult part of the course for you?
Yeah, actually there was not a very difficult part. It was because I really wanted to do it. So I think in that sense the difficult part was that I was piling up my normal work. And then I had to catch up later on.
Okay. And what was the biggest win for you on the course, or an episode that really was one of your favorites?
I think that you gave us the right nudge to just jump and do it. And that not once, but all the times. Just don't think too much, but do it. and you can change it anyway. You have to learn anyway.
Right.
And that's by doing.
And what's the reception been like to your podcast? What do people think?
Yeah, actually, things are going very well, but I try to combine it as much as possible. So I'm here already a few days. So on my way in, I had a training from a former professor of the London University. He's very much into dowsing and radionics, something you would not expect from an academic. And so we agreed that he gave me a one-to-one training, and I could visit him on 2 of his projects. And I must say, I'm myself a analytical, rational guy, engineer and architect, and I want to understand what is going on, but I really could feel that something was going on, what he was doing there. And so while there, I asked him, is it okay when we have an interview? And he agreed. And even more than that, he introduced me to an international network of like-minded people who are trying to bridge the gap between science and spirituality. And then in a very practical way, so you can use it in daily life. And I'm not only interested in that, but also how can you apply that in your environment. Environment consists for me of 3 parts. So the physical part, so the buildings and the location where you are, but also the digital part. Nowadays we work also very much digital. We have a digital workplace. And the third one is even the most important part, is the social environment. So how are you interacting with your colleagues, or with your friends, or with your family? And those 3 integrated and seen as a holistic approach, that makes really a difference how people function. And so in that sense, I'm transforming to a more holistic approach as an architect. So I'm not designing anymore already since many, many years. I'm, as I said, I'm a consultant for larger and really large organizations. For instance, I have now an assignment I'm really proud of the Ministry of Internal Affairs of the Netherlands, to make an evaluation of their policy about housing in the whole country. And another one that I'm working on is the University of Amsterdam. How can you apply a university campus to enrich the experience of the students, and by doing so probably influence the outcome of their study.
Okay. And the podcast is actually getting you more connections and more introductions.
Oh yes, true.
Amazing how that happens, right?
Oh yeah. So you predicted that already in the start, and I can attest that is really true.
Wow. So you're really riding the wave of this now.
Yeah. I was a week ago. I was in Copenhagen, and I thought, okay, I'm here anyway. There's a professor who wrote a book about adding value by facilities management and real estate, Per Anker Jensen, and not only adding it, but also how to measure it. So I got a warm introduction and an interview for more than an hour.
That's pretty crazy.
It is.
You wouldn't have got that without a podcast.
No.
Yeah.
And I have a few more lined up, really special ones.
That's amazing.
As you said, the authors from the books you are having laying next to your bed, they will be in your podcast. So there are 1 or 2.
Did you believe me when I said that?
Yes, I had a hope. Yeah, why not? When you can do it, maybe I can also do it.
True. No, it's one of the things I tell people in the first week of the course. I said, yeah, the books on your bedside table, those authors who you idolize will be on your show one day. And then to see it happen is amazing. And I also said the greatest question you can ever ask someone that you want some of their time out for isn't, can I buy you a coffee? It's, would you like to be on my podcast?
Yeah.
And they will almost always say yes.
Yeah. I almost had an interview with Joe Dispenza 3 weeks back when he was in Amsterdam, but unfortunately the time frame he was too tight for him.
Okay.
But I was that close, so it will happen in the near future.
It will happen. That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's super powerful. Tell me about the students on the course. What were they like? Did they help you through the course? Did they, give you ideas? What's that whole process like?
Yeah, I experience it as a warning for pitfalls, but also as signals, okay, go that direction. So there were people who were sharing their experience or their hiccups or their struggles, and I had not yet communicated that, but by them communicated, I'm not the only one.
Okay.
So that was already enough sometimes, and other times they came up with solutions, and I could just apply the solution right away.
Right.
So it's really a great formula,
Okay.
I must say. Yeah.
Are you excited to meet them this weekend?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
And what do you want to do with this podcast? What does this look like in 12 months' time, 24 months' time? Or what does your life look like on the back of this podcast?
Yeah, as I mentioned that, I see it as a means to find other experts in the field of how to apply the environment, so physical, digital and social, in a holistic way to improve health of people, well-being, even consciousness. There's a connection between architecture and neuroscience. But not only that, also the organizations where they are employed. So we can imagine that like this is also helping your identity as London Real, this studio. So this the whole fitting out, but also the location where people are based, have a certain image.
Right. So that's what yours is going to do for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Indeed.
It's going to go big, probably, right?
Oh yeah, I have no doubt about that.
Are you ready for that?
Yeah. What is ready?
And tell me about you. How are you different? If we walked out on the street and bumped into Rene, who hadn't taken this course, hadn't started the podcast, how is he different than you?
Yeah, I think the little nudging pressure helped to just make that extra step, and also during the whole course, not only staying in front of camera, because I'm a photographer and I take videos of other people taking interviews, also as a hobby, and with my colleague in another company I have. But now being in front of the camera and just do it. So the first time is really something, as you know, maybe. But then when you keep on doing it, it is quite easy. And I had a lot of help with one of the team leaders who challenged us, okay, give a daily vlog, and you can try it out in our closed Facebook group. So that's what I did, and that helped indeed.
A lot.
I didn't need the whole week. I did 2 weeks. I filled up the whole 2 weeks, but a few days was already enough to get confidence. Yeah, I can do this.
Yeah, the vlogging really helps a lot.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. What would you say to someone who's on the fence, thinking about taking this course, but just isn't sure?
I would start with a warning that only embark when you are really committed, because there's not only a lot of money, but there's value for money, for sure. But it takes your commitment that you can make enough time to do the exercises and to do the work. And when you really want to do it well, it is more than the time you mention. And so when you are prepared to do that, sign up today.
Rene, super impressed with what you're doing with this.
Yeah.
You know, you're taking it to the next level. You're being super creative. You have stopovers in cities, and you're calling people up and getting them on your show. So this is a beautiful thing. I can see the smile on your face of a successful podcaster. So really looking forward to what we're going to do with this the next 24 months. Get Joe Dispenza on the show.
Yeah.
And welcome to the family. Looking forward to this. All right?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Brian.
Appreciate it.
At London Real, we believe that individual transformation can change the world. Join us and start your journey today.